The supplement that protects your brain after 50, not just your muscles. There's a supplement you've probably heard of, but you've been told the wrong thing about it. You think it's for bodybuilders, something young guys take to get bigger arms, and because of that, most men over 50, they never touch it. That's a mistake, because the newest research on this stuff isn't even about your muscles anymore. It's about your brain, your memory, your mental sharpness, and how clearly you think on the days you're tired and stressed. The supplement is creatine. And by the end of this video, you're going to understand why it might be one of the most useful things a man over 50 can take. I'm 58 years old, 5'10", 173 pounds, and I try to stay between 12 and 15% body fat all year round. But 10 years ago, I weighed 218 pounds and I was very unhealthy, and I was just heading in the wrong direction. But I turned it around with whole food and resistance training, and I've kept it off for almost 10 years. And I want to be straight with you the way I always am. I'm not a doctor, and I don't pretend to be one. I read the research. I test things on myself, and I only bring you what actually holds up. Creatine holds up better than almost anything else out there. So let me start with what you already think it does, because that part is true. Creatine is one of the most studied supplements in the world. Hundreds of studies, decades of research, and the results are about as clear as science ever gets. It helps you hold on to muscle and strength as you age. And that matters more after 50 than any other point in your life. Because starting around our age, men lose muscle every year unless we fight for it. The muscle is what keeps you strong, upright, and independent into your final decades. So creatine, combined with the resistance training, helps you protect the one thing that protects everything else. That alone would be reason enough to take it. But that's the old news. Here's the part almost nobody is talking about yet. Your brain runs on the exact same fuel system your muscles do. Creatine helps your cells produce energy quickly, and your brain is one of the most energy-hungry organs in your body. When researchers started looking at creatine and the brain, they found something interesting. The benefit shows up most when your brain is under stress, when you're sleep deprived, when you're mentally exhausted, when you're running on 4 hours of sleep and your head feels like a fog. In those conditions, creatine appears to help people think more clearly and stay sharper than they otherwise would. Now, let me be honest where this stands, because that honesty is the whole point of this channel. The brain research is newer than the muscle research. It is promising, but it is still emerging. I'm not going to sit here and tell you creatine cures memory loss or prevents dementia, because the science doesn't say that. What it does say is that supporting your brain's energy supply is a smart, low-risk thing to do as you age. And for something this cheap, this safe, and this well-studied, that's a bet I'm willing to make. If you want the full step-by-step breakdown of what I'm covering, I made a free 8-page study called the Men Over 50 Fat Loss Blueprint. It's the 4-step framework I use to drop 45 pounds after 50 and keep it off almost 10 years later. The link is the first thing in the description below. So grab it, it's completely free. So let's talk about how to actually take it, because this is where most men get confused. You don't need to load it. You may have heard you're supposed to take 20 grams a day for a week to start. You don't have to do that. 5 grams a day, every day, is all you need. That's about 1 small teaspoon. Take it whenever you'll remember it, because consistency is what matters, not timing. It doesn't matter if it's morning or night, with food or without. What matters is that you take it every single day, because it works by building up your body over time. Give it a few weeks before you judge it, okay? Creatine isn't a stimulant, so you won't feel a jolt the way you do from coffee. It works quietly in the background. And after a month or so of taking it daily, that's when the strength and training benefits start to show up. Drink your normal amount of water, stay hydrated like you should be anyway, and that's really all that there is to it. Oh, and get the right kind because this matters. You want creatine monohydrate, plain, simple creatine monohydrate, not the fancy versions with special names and a higher price tag. Monohydrate is the form that has all those decades of research behind it. Everything else is just a more expensive way to buy something that works no better. Now, you might have heard somewhere that creatine is hard on your kidneys. For healthy people, the research simply does not support that fear. It has been studied for decades in thousands of people, and it has one of the cleanest safety records of any supplement on the shelf. If you already have kidney problems, check with your doctor the same way you would or you should, with anything. But for the average healthy man over 50, this is about as safe as it gets. Now, I want to be upfront about something because I think you deserve that. I sell creatine. It's one of the products on my website, longevityperformanceusa.com. And whenever I bring up something I sell, somebody in the comments says, there it is, there's the sales pitch. So let me be clear with you. Yes, I'm selling something. And so is every single person whose video you watch. The only question that matters is whether what I'm selling is good for you or not. So here's my honest position. You don't have to buy it from me. No, buy it anywhere you want. But just make sure that it's plain creatine monohydrate, make sure that it's clean, and make sure that you're not overpaying for a fancy label. If you want to try the one that I use, that's great. There's a link below and there's a 10% discount code. So check it out if you want. But again, you don't have to get it from me. But the information is yours either way. And that's the part I actually care about because I care about you. So here's where we land. Creatine isn't just for young guys at the gym. It helps you hold on to muscle that keeps you independent. And it may help protect the sharpness and clarity of the brain you're going to need for the rest of your life. It's cheap, it's safe, and is one of the most researched supplements that exist. And almost no men our age are taking it. I don't know why. Think about that for a second. One of the most proven supplements in existence, sitting right there on the shelf, and the men who'd benefit most are the ones ignoring it because they think it's only for the gym. 5 grams a day. That's the whole thing. One small scoop every day for one of the best studied returns in all of nutrition. If this one opened your eyes to something, do me a favor, send it to a man who needs to hear it, a friend, a brother, your dad. If you want more straight, honest talk about staying strong and sharp after 50, subscribe so the next one finds you. I'll see you in the next one.